What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another Clash Royale video. Now, before we jump into anything, let me know down in the comment section below whether or not you guys can tell a difference in my voice in today's video, because I just got a brand new microphone and I think it works really well. So if you guys like how it sounds, let me know down in the comment section below. And while you're just messing around down there, scrolling up and down on the video, make sure you check out the link in the description below. It'll be the top link in the description to check out all the t-shirts that I'm selling over on Teespring. If you want to go ahead and buy some Jewish Lewis merch, pick up a t-shirt or a sweatshirt and tweet me your purchase order on Twitter, I will go ahead and give you guys a follow back and give you a shout out in a video. But now that that is out of the way, today we are going to be playing a special game inside of Clash Royale. We do have to go over to Safari real quick, so let's go ahead and close Clash, open up Safari, and check out deckroulette.fr. This website is in French, which is why I can't understand anything other than all arenas, generate deck, and legendary. Everything else is in French, but this is basically a random deck generator, and we're going to be playing Clash Roulette or Deck Roulette today in Clash Royale. They do have an option to specify whether or not you have legendaries, so if you want to turn off legendaries, because you don't have too many, you can go ahead and do that as an option. But I, of course, do have all the legendaries, so we'll go ahead and turn that button on for today. And I guess I want to do cards from all arena. You could only do cards up to arena 5 or 6 or whatever you have. So there's a lot of different stuff you can do to make sure you can actually participate in the deck that it gives you. But of course, I do have all the cards and all the legendaries, so I'm fine with all arenas and legendaries turned on. We are going to be generating a deck right here and trying out 3 in a row in a classic challenge. We are doing a classic challenge because I am kind of scared of random deck generators. They normally don't give you the best deck. It is completely randomized. So let's go ahead and jump right into things, generate our very first deck right here and see what we get. So there it is. We have a P.E.K.K.A, 3 Musketeer, Mortar, Lightning deck. I have no idea how this is going to play out, but here's the deck that we have to use. So let's go back to Clash Royale and create this really quickly. So here we have it, and this deck's average list cost is 4.9. This is an extremely heavy deck, and since we do have the P.E.K.K.A and the 3 Musketeers in here, I can see this deck going one of two ways. Either really well, we just run all over somebody who can't stop our P.E.K.K.A and 3 Musketeer push, or we just get smacked because we basically have nothing to defend. I guess we do have the Baby Dragon and some Spear Goblins, the Inferno Tower if I need it, but who knows if I'll have 5 Elixir whenever I need it. I might actually be playing the Mortar semi-defensively in today's video. I don't really see any reason to play it offensively since most of my cards can do well supporting behind a Mortar. And we also have the Lightning and the Log, so I guess it's nice that we have some spells in here, but I honestly have no idea how well this is going to work. This deck looks extremely wacky, but let's go ahead and try it out in a classic challenge. There we go. I have no idea how well this is going to go. I honestly think we might walk out of here with 0 wins, but either way, let's go ahead and jump right into it and get into our first battle. So here is the best 4 from Styx Helix, and we do have a decent starting hand. I could drop down a Mortar, but he could basically take it out with anything he wants to. Let's drop down some Spear Goblins on his Miner over here on my left lane tower. Try to minimize that chip damage as much as possible, and drop down our P.E.K.K.A behind our King Tower, headed down the exact same lane. He has some Fire Spirits, we will go ahead and take out my Spear Goblins, no problem. And above this mini P.E.K.K.A, or actually not a mini P.E.K.K.A, a full-size P.E.K.K.A, I'm going to go ahead and drop down. I was going to drop down my Baby Dragon, but now he has an Inferno Tower. However, I do have a Lightning, so that will help us out a lot. Let's go ahead and drop down our Baby Dragon right here, head it for the tower, and Lightning the tower as well as the Crown Tower, and basically anything else he drops, which was only a Skeleton Army, and the Baby Dragon is going to be distracted by that Skeleton Army, but luckily the Inferno Tower didn't take it out, and now I have a full health P.E.K.K.A headed towards that tower. He will go ahead and throw in some goblins, so I will send my Log in. Probably didn't need to since it was about to take out that 3rd goblin anyway. And now he just smacks those Elite Barbarians. Look how fast he took those out. 2 shots kills an entire Elite Barbarian from a P.E.K.K.A. And now my Spear Goblins defended that last Elite Barbarian and the Miner right there. Let's go ahead and drop down another P.E.K.K.A. I thought about splitting my Musketeers, but I think I'm going to save my Musketeers for now. I don't yet want him knowing that we have that card. I'm going to save it for double Elixir. See if we can get off a sneaky push against this guy once we get into overtime, or maybe even double Elixir. Right now we have our P.E.K.K.A headed towards that lane. I know he has the Inferno Tower, or else I would drop down the 3 Musketeers. So I need to have my Lightning spell ready for the Inferno Tower right there. Down it goes, taking out the tower and doing some damage over there to the Crown Tower. Baby Dragon should do fine against the Skeleton Army, but the Log, of course, will help it out. Fire Spirits go down, do a little bit of damage, but it looks like my P.E.K.K.A might actually make it to the tower right here. However, in comes a Goblin Barrel to distract my P.E.K.K.A. They do a pretty good job of taking him out, while my Baby Dragon is just firing up on that tower over there, dropping it down to 844 hit points. I said good luck right there, didn't mean to, I said oops anyway. Was going to try to fix it, but he sent in some Elite Barbarians, kind of had to pick my cards over what emote I wanted to use. So down goes a P.E.K.K.A to defend the Elite Barbarians, and there is an Inferno Tower right on the break since he does know we have a Baby Dragon and a Lightning spell to counter it. Usually does pretty well. There's a Fireball to finish off the Baby Dragon. So of course the mini P.E.K.K.A gets fried by that Inferno Tower. Down go my 3 Musketeers. Let's go ahead and split them up into opposite lanes. He will throw a Goblin Barrel over here, which I don't know why he did. Let's drop down an offensive mortar right here, see if he can defend it with 2 Musketeers in behind it. It will go ahead and lock onto the tower, however the log does take out my Spear Goblins, and I do need to send in a log right here to finish off the Skeleton Army. Fireball does a little bit of damage to my mortar, but it doesn't take it out. One more shot might actually take out this tower right here, but he isn't able to get it off. Down goes a miner, a huge push right here. I don't know if I can defend this. Let's go ahead and just drop down a lightning spell just in case we can't. But the goblins go down, all the troops are finished off, and that fireball would have finished off my tower, but time right now, and we will take the victory. So good game to this guy. I know that was most likely an extremely annoying deck to go against right there. Somehow, we got a win using that deck. I didn't believe in it whatsoever, but honestly, we really only used the P.E.K.K.A, Baby Dragon, and Lightning Spell to do most of our damage. Only used the 3 Musketeers and the Mortar once, and Spear Goblins a few times on defense. Didn't use the Inferno Tower at all, and the log, of course, to mainly take out his Skeleton Army. But there was the first random deck generated by this deck roulette website, so let's go back and get our second deck of the video. There we go, generating our deck. We are going to get a Giant Skeleton, more 3 Musketeers, and a Graveyard this time. We also have some 5 elixir cards in here. We have 2 defensive buildings and a prince. I know I said the same thing about the last deck, but honestly, I don't know if we can win with this one. Either way, let's go ahead and head back to Clash Royale, create this deck, and see what happens. So here we have it, the second random deck from Clash Roulette. We do have a bunch of skeletons in here with the Giant Skeleton and the Graveyard, and the Skeleton on top of our Bomb Tower. Don't forget about him. We have the Clone Spell in here, which I haven't used in a while. A Cannon, which as you can tell, I haven't used in a while either. I have over 6,000 cannons. I have over 800 Bomb Towers as well. I wonder if I can get that to level 10. I think I can only get it to level 9 for now, but I also have a Prince in here, 3 Musketeers, and the Mega Minion. 4.9 average elixir just like the other deck, but we did end up winning with that one, so who knows what's going to happen this time. Let's head out into our second battle of the video and see who we get paired up against next. Alright, so here is Edwin K from Hot Summer. I have a decent starting hand. I'm probably going to drop down my Giant Skeleton to begin with. No reason to drop down a Bomb Tower just yet, and I don't want my Prince running towards the tower yet, because he is pretty quickly and I won't have enough time to gather up elixir. He's going to go ahead and drop down an Executioner behind his tower, luckily going down the same lane as my Giant Skeleton. I'm tempted to just let the Giant Skeleton get taken out over here and destroy everything that he decides to place on that lane, and just push the other lane with my Prince and the Graveyard instead. So let's go ahead and do that, because the Electro Wizard will also be taken out by the bomb over there by the Giant Skeleton. He's going to have to go ahead and freeze my Prince to stop him from getting to his tower over there. He will go ahead and tornado him to the tower, letting him do some damage over there. The Skeletons from the Graveyard did go ahead and take out the tower with the help of that Prince. So that tornado probably wasn't the best decision by this guy. We already have a tower and we're only a minute into the battle. So let's drop down a Mega Minion right here. And I think we might try to get away with a Dirty Musketeer placement in the middle right here. See if all 3 of these Musketeers can take out the tower extremely quickly. As long as he doesn't drop anything, they should be able to. But there is an Executioner, which will be a little bit troublesome for my Musketeers. However, they do drop that tower all the way down to 1126 hit points. Not too bad right there. And the Mega Minion finishes off the Executioner. At least I thought it was going to. Executioner finished off the Mega Minion. But this guy still hasn't touched our tower, and we have 2 defensive buildings, so he's not gonna have a good time with that Hog Rider right here. After he gets through the cannon, he'll have to get through the bomb tower as well, but he does have a free spell, so it looks like he will be doing some damage to our tower right here. Now Electro Wizard and Executioner is going to be a dirty combo, so I need to get a Prince down as soon as possible, just to at least tank some of these hits and keep them off of my tower. Prince distracts the Electro Wizard and finishes off the Executioner. Luckily, he only dropped my tower down to 1138, or 1038, sorry. Down goes an Elixir Collector on his side, as well as a Tornado to try to pull back my Prince. However, he does get a charge off on that tower over there. So here we are entering double elixir. I will go ahead and drop down a Mega Minion on this Executioner. Just gonna go ahead and leave the Hog Rider alone for now. I want to save up for either my 3 Musketeers behind the Giant Skeleton or this Graveyard on that King Tower. I think I'm gonna go ahead and place the 3 Musketeers for now. And oh, I have a clone spell. I totally forgot about the clone spell. Let's go ahead and clone all these troops right here. And he just fireballed them all. That was a complete waste. That was so anticlimactic. I thought something big was about to happen right there. He didn't even know we had a clone spell. That fireball was just extremely lucky with its timing, and that just shut down our entire push. We had 2 Giant Skeletons, 6 Musketeers, and he shut down that entire push with 1 fireball. Anyway, down goes a Prince and a Graveyard on his King Tower. Shouldn't be too big of a deal right here, because we are about to 3-crown this guy. As long as my Skeletons can do a decent job over there. Please, Skeletons, take out the tower. There we go, with another 3-crown victory. Is that another 3-crown victory? I can't remember if the first battle was a 3-crown or not, but there's another win nonetheless, and now we are 2-0 in this Classic Challenge. I know Classic Challenge is not very impressive, but we are using completely random decks, extremely heavy decks as well. Now let's go get our third deck for the video, generating a new deck, getting more 3 Musketeers. But honestly, this deck doesn't look too bad. We have the poison in here as well. A bunch of cheap cycle cards like the Ice Golem, which will be good in front of the Musketeers, Spear Goblins, Ice Spear, and Minion Horde to shred anything he decides to place on my side. Another Bomb Tower. We still have that defensive building in our deck, and my favorite card in the game, the Tornado. If we somehow pulled out a win with those other decks, I don't know how we can't win with this one. This looks like a pretty solid 3 Musketeer cycle deck. We have a lot of defense in it as well. So if any deck could win in this video, I think it'd be this one. I'm going to go ahead and finish creating it, and I'll be back with you guys in just a second. So here we have it, a little bit cheaper of a deck than the other two. This one has a 3.9 average cost. And there we have our 3 Musketeers, just like the other two battles. My favorite card in the game, the Tornado, another Bomb Tower. I think we might have had a Bomb Tower in all 3 battles so far. Okay, not the first battle, we had an Inferno Tower in that one, but we did have one in the last battle. Poison Spell, which will help out in most situations. 3 Musketeers would be my main damage source in this deck. Let's go out and see what happens in another Classic Challenge battle. So here we are going up against CKZ from Quang, Thailand, and I do have my 3 Musketeers in my starting hand. I think the way that I want to play this deck is just drop down the 3 Musketeers anytime I have them. Just split them up in both of the lanes, but I just lagged so hard right there. Luckily, my 3 Musketeers did split, and I wasn't sitting on 10 Elixir for a while. I don't have an Ice Golem in my hand. I will have to go ahead and drop down an Ice Spear right here to, of course, freeze his Mini P.E.K.K.A. and drop down some Spear Goblins in front of that one. 2 Musketeers on the right are going to get taken out by those minions, but on the left, I have an Ice Golem in front of that Musketeer. She's going to be distracted for a while on those Skeletons and those Goblins. I barely did any damage to his towers over there. His left one's at 2294, and his right one's at 2534. So he's actually dropped my right tower to 2030. Don't know exactly how he did that, and I don't have much to place right now, so down goes a Bomb Tower. Just got to save up for these 3 Musketeers. However, he did counter them pretty well, so as long as he keeps playing like that, not exactly sure how well this battle's going to go. Let's try to, I can't really pull that over the river, so let's drop down a Minion Horde instead to finish off his Princess. See if they can do any damage after taking her out, but he will most likely counter them with something else. Yep, there's an Ice Spirit being targeted by both of the towers. However, they do manage to get a little bit of damage done over there, actually dropping down the right lane tower below 2,000 hit points. Let's go ahead and split up my 3 Musketeers right here to finish off this Minion Horde. I do have my Ice Golem ready up next. Let's also drop down a Ice Spirit back here. Ice Golem to distract the Mini P.E.K.K.A. Spear Goblins on the Mini P.E.K.K.A. because somehow my Musketeer over there on the left got taken out, but the ones on the right dropped that tower down to 18 hit points. Back to the starting hand, down goes that Princess again, so down goes a Minion Horde of my own to finish her off, and I'm expecting the Ice Spirit, there it goes, to try to finish off my Minion Horde, but they will do some damage over here on the tower. He will have to go ahead and waste his Zap as well, but we do still drop it to 1250 hit points. Alright, so down goes another set of 3 Musketeers. He will drop down a Mini P.E.K.K.A. in the right lane this time. I do have my Ice Spirit ready behind this Musketeer and an Ice Golem in front of these Musketeers. Let's drop down a Poison on these minions and that Mini P.E.K.K.A. just to get rid of them as soon as possible. Down goes that Princess next to his tower, but my Musketeer shouldn't have any problem finishing her off. Down she goes, and now no damage done to the tower, but we do have more Musketeers ready to go. So splitting them up as well down the middle. Ice Spear on the minions right here, and a Tornado if I need to, pulling them back away from my tower. Probably wasn't necessary right there, but either way, I think that was the first time using my Tornado actually. Ice Golem in front of the Musketeers, down goes some Spear Goblins or Minion Horde back here. I'm going to go ahead and just drop down some Spear Goblins right here. It didn't look like my Musketeers were getting any farther than that right there. And down goes a Minion Horde right here, but I don't want that Princess finishing her off, and somehow it retargeted. I think I just ruined the battle right here. I totally blew it. This Princess is about to finish this off for the victory. Let's go ahead and just pull them in here and drop down an Ice Golem over here. I didn't know that Minion Horde was coming, or I might not have tornadoed that. Down goes my Minion Horde to protect my tower, and some Spear Goblins on this miner over here. Ice Spirit try to freeze him for a little bit longer. I don't think he has too much direct damage, so I'm not exactly too sure what he's going to be taking out our tower with. Let's just drop down a 3 Musketeers over here on the left. Try to finish off that tower as quickly as we can. Ice Golem on the Mini P.E.K.K.A., but the Princess is locked onto my tower. There's the miner as well, and that will win him the battle. My Musketeer was locked onto his left lane tower for a second there. She would have taken it out if we had a little bit more time, but of course we were in overtime, and he took out my tower first for the victory. So kind of a twist in today's video. The 2 decks that I didn't expect to win with, somehow we won with, and the deck that I thought might actually win us a battle, we ended up losing with. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Random decks sometimes work and sometimes don't. If you want to go ahead and try out this website for yourself, go ahead over to deckroulette.fr. I believe the FR stands for French, which would explain why everything in here is a different language. But yeah, here's the website I use. I thought it'd be fun to play around with in a video. If you guys did enjoy, go ahead and smash that like button down below, and let me know down in the comment section below whether or not you enjoyed this new microphone in today's video. That's about all I've got for you guys today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.